In a tense moment of global politics, the balance of power appears to be quietly shifting. Washington watches carefully as Moscow and Beijing deepen their ties with Tehran. Former United States President Donald Trump once pursued a policy designed to isolate Iran, yet the international stage now looks very different. Behind diplomatic meetings and military statements lies a larger story about influence, strategy, and a changing world order. The roots of this tension stretch back decades. In 1979, the Iranian Revolution transformed Iran from a close partner of the United States into one of its strongest critics. Since that time, relations between Washington and Tehran have remained strained. Economic sanctions, regional conflicts, and nuclear negotiations repeatedly shaped the relationship and kept Iran at the center of global security debates. A major turning point came in 2015 when Iran and six world powers, including the United States, Russia, China, the United Kingdom, France, and Germany, signed the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action in Vienna. The agreement limited Iran nuclear activities in exchange for relief from international sanctions. For a short time, the deal reduced tensions and created cautious optimism among diplomats. In 2018, President Donald Trump announced that the United States would withdraw from the nuclear agreement. Washington restored heavy economic sanctions on Iran and launched what officials called a policy of maximum pressure. The decision shocked many European allies and pushed Iran to search for stronger political and economic partnerships with Russia and China. Russia had already built strategic ties with Iran through cooperation in Syria after 2015, when both countries supported the government of Bashar al-Assad during the Syrian civil war. Military coordination between Moscow and Tehran helped reshape the battlefield around cities like Aleppo and Damascus. This cooperation strengthened trust between the two governments. China approached the relationship from an economic perspective. In 2021, Beijing and Tehran signed a long-term cooperation agreement that included investment in energy infrastructure and trade networks linked to the Belt and Road Initiative. China depends heavily on energy imports, and Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world, making the partnership strategically valuable. These developments unfolded while global politics entered a period of competition among major powers. The United States remained the dominant military force, yet Russia and China increasingly coordinated their diplomatic positions in forums such as the United Nations Security Council. On several occasions, both countries opposed new sanctions against Iran and argued for renewed negotiations. For Donald Trump and other American policymakers, this alignment created a complicated strategic challenge. Pressure on Iran was intended to force political change or new negotiations, but stronger ties between Tehran, Moscow, and Beijing reduced Iran isolation. Instead of standing alone, Iran gained alternative economic channels and political backing on the international stage. Today, analysts debate whether these developments represent a temporary alignment or the beginning of a deeper global shift. History shows that alliances often form in response to pressure and dissolve when interests change. What is clear is that relations among the United States, Russia, China, and Iran will continue